So I want to apply some atomic habits for this stuff. Mainly there's 4 points that I want to go over to learn how to shred. Not even learn how to shred, to get really good at shredding. Because shredding is a fuckload easier and more fun than learning theory. But you could do both at the same time. So the first one is we're going to make it obvious. What do we want to do? We want to shred. Then we're going to make it attractive. It sounds really cool. That's all I needed for it to be attractive. Then we're going to make it easy. It's going to be a couple minutes. This video will be a couple of minutes. Jesus. And you just practice it every single day. And that's it. Even when you get frustrated, you just slow it down until you can play the notes right. And then you make it satisfying. And it becomes satisfying because the better you get, the better you're going to want to become. So we obviously know we want to shred, and now we can hopefully make it attractive. So I'll play it how it's supposed to sound, then we'll break it down note for note and mode by mode. So it will go. Timing was a little jacked up. I sped up at the end. There's a link I'm going to put here. It's the Amen breakbeat. It invented hip hop. That's not even an argument. It really did. But it's a lot more fun to play to that than to a metronome. So when you click on that and play along to this, lower the speed to 0.75. And then when you're feeling good about shredding, bump it up to the regular speed. So the first one there, if you've noticed it, it's just a major scale on C. So with the one finger trick, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 2, 4, 5. And then we're going to go backwards. So we're going up to the next mode, which is Dorian. All the mode is it means instead of starting on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, you're going 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. You're just changing the scale degrees. So up. And then the next mode is going to be Dorian. So that's going to be 7, 5, 4, 7, 5, 8, 7, 5. And you're going to want to remember these patterns. So 2 on for major scale, everyone knows it, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Meaning 2 notes, 3 notes, 3 notes per string. So on the Dorian one, we descended on it. So going forward, it's 3 notes, 2 notes, 3 notes. You want to get pattern recognition on these modes. That's the second mode on anything. Pattern recognition is great because that's how you improvise, and it's where your hands will go faster than your brain. They just fucking know where to go. So the next one's going to be Phrygian. You're going to come up here, and we're going to ascend. So if we went up, Ionian, down Dorian. Now we're going to go up Phrygian, which will sound like this. And that's going to be 7, 8, 10, 7, 9, 10, 7, 9. And then we're going to descend Lydian. All these fancy names. Which is going to be 10, 9, 7, 10, 9, 7, 10, 8. And then Mixolydian, fancy schmancy, which is the 5th mode for anyone keeping count. We're going to ascend that. So that'll be 10, 12, 9, 10, 12, 9, 10, 12. And then we're going to descend for the 6th mode. It's a fun word to say. 6th. Freaking idiot. The 6th mode, which is a minor scale. Going down. So that's going to look like, what is that? 14, 12, 15, 14, 12, 15, 14, 12. Now we only have one more mode, the 7th mode, which is Locrian. That has a tritone. We'll get to that in a second. But that's going to be, it'll sound ascending. So that's going to be 14, 15, 17, 14, 15, 17, 14, 16. Tritone is that one right there. I'll do another video on that. People call it the devil's note incorrectly, but if enough people have called it that, that's not incorrect anymore. It's actually what it's called. And then that leads us to Ionian again, major. Because we just went through 7 notes. And each one Wow. Jesus. Unbelievable. Anyway, I swear it's because I'm recording this. It's partially. Anyway, each one of those notes, we just go up the scale for it. So with the whole thing again. Got it. Leave in all the mistakes too, because anytime you see someone on the internet and it's fucking flawless, look for those quick edits. People screw up all the time. Screwing up is part of playing. If you don't sound good, if you sound really, really good every time you practice, you're not practicing right. Granted, I shouldn't be flubbing notes, but fuck it, whatever, we'll keep it in it. So that is the daily routine, all the way up. And then once you have those patterns memorized, instead of going up and down, you could simply just go up. And I know I always get hate on this in the comments when I talk about the modes. Fuck music theory for right now. Just learn that. That's all you need to know. Don't worry about the other stuff. We're going to get into it, or go down the rabbit hole with it. But the main point is if you don't memorize those patterns, those actual hand shapes or finger shapes of what you're doing, you're going to have a miserable, miserable time. It's going to be so much easier once you have those patterns done. And I mentioned each scale as well, from Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, Locrian, and then Ionian again. Fancy fucking words for the modes. You could also say the first mode, second mode, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. They go in that order respectively. I swear I'm going to get better at doing this stuff. But I'll keep it short somewhat. What is that, 7-something minutes already? Yeah, any questions, leave it in the comments. That's the only way I know how to keep this thing going with new material and all that stuff. There's different ways of learning how to shred. I mean, the world is wide open in the music world, at least. So what I'm going to do is incorporate music theory into it. So we learn that without even really knowing it. Yeah, other than that, I don't have too much. Like and subscribe, I never say that. I don't know if I should or need to, but we'll see if anyone actually does after I said that. Do a little experiment as I'm looking over at the fucking counter. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Any questions, leave it in the comments. Rah, 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 blah, blah, blah. Happy shredding. See you on the next video.